organization or a mission brings together people who find this other affinity, and it's affinity not just around the film or the field. It's also about our recognition of the role of organizing that field, and about creating human gatherings. And I really believe in that, and how it gives all the filmmakers sort of equal footing, which is something that festivals don't do. Festivals divide.
Right.
They have shorts, they have features, they have locations. They're in Europe or they're in the rural countryside somewhere. So I feel like the Flaherty gives us, by the not announcing the program and by all of us being in a room and not knowing who's a filmmaker and who's not, I feel that gives everybody an equal opportunity. And I feel that a lot of the marginalized communities that I work with and the topics of the films that I work with, they deserve that. They deserve that opportunity. In terms of the program, I was very excited by the program, and I was sure that, to some extent, the topics that I work with, because indigeneity ends up being totally about our world today. It's not an isolated filmography. Everything can be traced back to colonial realities. So I was actually sort of surprised and gratified by the spread, the diverse programming that touches upon some of the topics in Argentina and Mexico specifically. At the same time, I feel that I'm missing sort of validation of more women's work, more women's perspective, but it's only been a couple days, who knows?
Here in America, why film in Ghana? And I think for a lot of people always ask me, they're like, you were born and raised in the States, why do you keep going to Ghana and film there? And for me, it's more kind of like my way of inserting myself in the tradition of African storytelling by kind of, or inserting myself in the culture. I had this quest to search. Frames in my film. I mean, I traveled to Ghana with very little film stock. So I had to figure, and there were so many hair salon signs. So I'm like, how do I, film all of them in such a short period of time?
And as a filmmaker, you have to choose what you do with it. Am I talking? Am I showing? What do I do with it? It's so limited. So I think the process of very complex argumentation, you did it with your film, you pack so much in. You go at the television and here and there an argument. I was like, okay, with the potatoes and everything, and it's nice, and you're funny. Yeah? But you go like this, If I do that for 2 hours, people kill me or themselves,
I guess a question that kind of goes along with what we're talking about is also who are the films being made for, if that question comes up.
When I'm making my films, I make my films for me. I don't really, and obviously a film is not a film unless there's an audience, but for me, it's more of a therapeutic kind of thing.
I have a view of the world, and this I use for making films. This is ideological, yes, but it's not in a sense ideological that I say the world is like this, dot. I show things and I put together things and they do something in your head. If you call that ideological, that's true.
And increasingly I've become interested in taking work back to Latin America, from North America and from beyond, from New York essentially, because this is such a place where things converge. And New York is also sort of a black hole culturally, it takes and it absorbs, but what does it give back? And I feel that my relationship with the Flaherty is, it's sort of threaded by the inevitability of dealing with ethnography. It's sort of like it's what haunts a lot of indigenous video. It's the sort of skeleton in the closet of current production. So just having been invited to be on the board after attending the South of the Other seminar in 2007. I guess my idea of the Flaherty was that seminar and not previous ones. So I think that marks my impression of what the Flaherty could be or is. And to me, its importance is as an international space. It's really relevant, and how it gives all the filmmakers sort of equal footing, which is something that festivals don't do.